I've been online for a while now looking at the videos for the It Gets Better campaign. And my opinion on it is that I think the people who are doing it have their hearts in the right places. But I also feel like it's not the right thing to tell these kids that are going through a lot of the suffering that the LGBT community is facing right now, in light of the recent suicides, to just tell them to wait it out, because some of them are not as fortunate as I am. I'm fortunate because when I first decided that I might want to come out, I was able to force myself back into the closet. It wasn't one of those scenarios where I came out with a bang and I couldn't just go back in. The other thing that I'm fortunate about is that once I did come out and I was like, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm going to face everything that I need to face. I only had a year left of high school, and then I was going to go off to the most liberal college in Virginia. Yeah. I grew up in the Bible Belt, pretty much. There was a Baptist church on every corner. There was a lot of conservative feelings in my area. Therefore, gays are not looked on so fondly. Most of the gay people that I know got out of there by the time they were adults. There are barely any adult lesbian, bisexual, gay men in my area, because everybody just needs to get out. I first started having feelings for girls in 8th grade. My best friend at the time, we were just chilling outside the school waiting for our moms to pick us up. And she just laid her head down in my lap. And I remember thinking, whoa, my heart is racing right now. And I've never had that kind of reaction. So pretty much, like, my conclusion was, I am in trouble because I like girls. And around the same time, this was when George Bush was up for re-election. And I was an advocate for Carrie Edwards. I used to pass out flyers, put up signs. I used to wear my button to school, even, just trying to get them out there. And I remember one day when I was wearing my button during one of my classes, this guy who saw it started questioning me about it. And he brought up the issue of where Carrie and Edwards stood on gay marriage, which was they believed in domestic partnerships and that they should have equal rights as straight couples. Not exactly calling it marriage, but still, it's, better than nothing. And I remember his point was, why would you want, like, fags and queers and stuff, like, parading through the streets? Why would you want to give them the same rights as us? They're not the same as us. And I was like, well, they're taxpayers. It's their civil right. They should be able to get married. We have a separation of church and state. Just because you throw a Bible around Congress doesn't mean that, that's a law. And he was like, what are you, some kind of dyke or something? What are you, queer? And I just wanted to be like, yeah, you know what? I am a dyke or something. But there were about 6 people who were on his side of the debate. And I did not want to put myself out there like that. So I slinked back into the closet, because at the time, I told 2 friends that I was bisexual. And I just went back into the closet after that. I was like, no, I'm not queer. I'm not queer. So after that, I just started dating men, and I started dating them very publicly, actually, I might add, in order to keep up the act. And it wasn't until my junior year that I just saw this girl in the hallway. Didn't know her name, had never seen her before, just saw a glimpse of her walking past me. And I was totally floored by her. She just had this aura about her that was just like, I'm gay, and I'm confident, and I just wanted to be this girl's girlfriend. And I didn't even know who she was. And I remember I was dating a boy at the time, and I remember thinking, this isn't good. So I broke up with him after junior prom, or ring dance, whatever you want to call it. But I never told him why, because I think it's kind of painful when you realize the girl that you love broke up with you because she likes girls. And from that point on, I started coming out to my close friends as a lesbian. My parents' reaction was actually like very supportive. They're still very supportive, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about how negative that aspect of it was, because it really wasn't. It wasn't the school aspect that was so bad. It hurt when people said things, but usually I had a couple friends that when people stepped out of line and said negative things about me, that they could be like, what about Emily? What about her? So what if she's gay? She's a good person. However, it wasn't exactly school that was the problem. It was the outside community. I was told several times it'd be better if I was just never born than to be alive and be gay, choose to be gay. And that really hurt. It really hurt that people at our church would talk about our family, because we had a brother who was an alcoholic, and now they have the daughter who is gay. And it really hurt that I knew people were talking about us behind our backs. And it really did make me feel like my parents shouldn't have to go through this. I considered giving it up, my lifestyle, and just dating a man and making everybody else happy. But then I realized that that's not how I should deal with it. Just like the way that we shouldn't deal with it is by waiting it out. The way that we should deal with it is direct action. We as an LGBT community need to start reaching out to the LGBT youth that are going through these situations right now, that are being tormented, that are confused, that are being told every day that it's better that they were dead than living and gay, or transgender, or pansexual, or asexual, or bisexual. It doesn't matter. We as a community need to band together and start reaching out to these younger kids. And if you are one of those younger kids, you can contact me anytime you need to. Whether it's you're confused, you're being bullied, harassed, I am openly saying that I am here for anybody who needs to talk. And I'm not just going to shun you away because my problems have gotten better since I've been at college. I'm here to say that I want to start making a difference now. I don't want kids to sit there and wait it out in misery. I want them to have a friend. And I think that most of us have become so comfortable in our little cliques back home in college that we've forgotten that a lot of people don't have those. A lot of people don't have a LGBT community around them to show them support. A lot of them are alone. And for anybody who is alone, there is going to be someone out there who will listen, and who will be your friend, and who will give you the support and the love that you may not be getting right now. And that's why my stance right now is for us not to wait it out. Is for us not to wait till things get better, but to be the change. So this is me publicly saying, anybody who needs to talk, you can come to me. Because I will be here. I will listen. And I will support you.
Well, there's not a lot for you.